6 of Fortnite has been around for about 4 weeks now, meaning we're nearly a third of the way through the season. It's been good so far, and I'm curious to see what else it brings. So I came up with a list of the top 7 items, weapons, map changes, and more that I hope to see added before the end of the season. First off, we have rideable horses. I'll be honest, it was kind of a letdown to not be able to ride the raptors, but moving forward with the primal living off the land type theme, riding horses seems like the next logical option. We currently have cars for transportation, but that seems a bit weird with the primal theme. Horses would be a cool replacement. We could also have some new dynamics to go along with them. For example, requiring you to have a saddle in your inventory to be able to ride a horse, which you could find in a chest. New stable locations around the map where you could collect a horse in the first place. Different colored horses to indicate strengths and weaknesses. For example, brown horses could have average speed and strength, while the white horses could have low speed but high strength, and the black ones could have low strength but high speed. They could fight alongside you by kicking your enemies and dealing different amounts of damage according to their color. Getting kicked could yeet you pretty far, so watch out for fall damage. Or you can simply shoot at enemies while riding by on your powerful steed. The exotic Zapatron. This one is just downright iconic. It was introduced in Season 1, and I suggest we ride our own reality wave back to our primal Fortnite roots by bringing back some OG early game weapons. This one was vaulted after only 8 hours, so a huge part of the Fortnite fanbase, myself included, have never gotten to experience it. It was removed so quickly because Epic felt it didn't fit in the game at the time, but with realities colliding, it sure seems like anything goes right now, and it could easily be matched up to some of our current NPCs in an exotic form. A hunger system. Back in my Season 6 First Impressions video, I mentioned that a hunger system would fit in well with the Season 6 theme, especially with the new existence of wild animals. Let's elaborate. The hunger system would be simple. Add a hunger meter to the health and shield section. If you get too low on hunger, you start slowly losing health. As your hunger gets lower and lower, you lose health faster and faster, but luckily, you can eat fish or meat to replenish your meter and stop losing health. Obviously, the fish and meat would no longer contribute to health now, since it's affecting your hunger level instead. Cooking the fish and meat on a campfire would mean they refill your hunger 3 times as much. With this update, wild animals will spawn more often than not. More dinos. Sure, the raptors are cool, but since we can't ride them or anything, they're just essentially bigger, stronger wolves. For the dino thing to be interesting, I think we need more variety, so I have 2 ideas. The first one is a T-Rex, a giant monster that is always hostile, very hard to kill, and if you see it, you need to get out of there and fast. The second is a Bronchiosaurus, a very large but peaceful dino. Yeah, I'm not kidding, it's peaceful. Unless you attack it, then that wouldn't be the case. But the main detail is that it is so large that it's like a walking wall that destroys everything in its path. If it walks through a build battle, it would wreck the builds, murdering both poor innocent players. And it could definitely disrupt some fights by adding a huge moving obstacle. I would suggest a rideable dino, but for me, I'd rather see horses. And when it comes to tameable ones, we already have raptors. A Jurassic Park nod. This would be so easy since the Jurassic Park things are so recognizable. It could be anything from a full-on location where wild dinosaurs are more prominent to having the classic park gates on the map, or a simple Easter egg, like having the iconic lime green Jurassic Park Jeep sitting somewhere. I'm typically not a big fan of crossovers because they always seem to detract from the main Fortnite storyline, but this one would fit everything so nicely right now, especially if they added more dinos. The Splat Flopper. This would be a new fish that you could eat for 30 health or throw to deal 70 damage with the splat effect. It reminds me of the cuttlefish in a way, and would be cool to have in the game right now since we don't really have any instant explosives. Sure, we have grenades, but there's a delay on it. Having an immediate effect would be a nice change of pace, and it would do slightly less damage to balance things out. And finally, we have the Mythical Sword and Shield. The Mythical Sword and Shield would be dropped by a powerful, nomadic, hostile NPC. You never know where you'll find him on the map, and when you do, you'll be up for a fierce battle, but also an epic reward if you win. So what are those rewards? Some slurpfish, gold, and finally the Mythic Sword and Shield. While holding the Mythic Sword and Shield, pressing the shoot button will swing the sword, dealing a whopping 150 damage, and only has a 1-second cooldown. Press the A button to deploy the shield, which you can use to cover all damage except for fall and storm damage, but watch out as enemies can still get you from behind. You can also double tap the jump button for a long backwards dodge hop. Maybe those two items are a little OP, but they are mythics after all. Well, there you have it. 7 ideas I have for epic new updates for Season 6. I'd love to make a part 2 featuring your ideas. Leave some original new update ideas in the comments and I'll feature my favorites if we get enough. And as always, please like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks so much for watching.